Welcome into Crossing the Aisle on this beautiful, beautiful day. Hey, Shaun.
Hey, Lindsay, what's up?
I saw that Elon last night, I guess, was feeling bad
Yeah,
about what he said.
he was, y'all. He was. There was actually a tweet at 2 in the morning. I wonder what Elon was doing at 2 in the morning.
I don't know, maybe he came down off of his ketamine high, but I also saw, Shaun, that President Trump said he has no desire to rekindle that relationship. So maybe you could get in as the new BFF when we go see Trump this week.
Yeah, we're going. We have a White House visit planned for Friday morning. We're leaving tomorrow, so maybe I'll ask him.
Yeah.
I won't wear my SpaceX shirt on Friday. I
Yeah,
promise.
don't do that. Don't do that.
The Yeah, I think everybody can see what happened with Elon. He was. I know, I'm going to tell you real quickly. I know what happened, Lindsay. Do you know what it is?
What's that?
He was high as hell. Okay, he was super
Is that
high.
what it was?
Yes, or drunk. I mean, because anybody
Or
out there,
both?
or both, anybody out there that drinks or smokes dope or whatever you do,
We don't do any of those things.
well, we do drink, and
I don't know what you're talking
and
about.
can attest to the fact that you've texted someone that's a significant. I know they're not in a gay relationship, obviously, but they're very close friends, and a friend. A girlfriend,
What
some
are you owning up to your past mistakes, Shaun?
some yeah. So some stuff when you're drinking that you highly regret. That just the other night, a friend of mine, we have a group text with a bunch of me and my friends from high school. We're all still best friends, very fortunately, and so we've got 8 of us in a group text. And I guess he was just 3 sheets. He's gonna hate this because he's in town. Maybe he's listening, but he had sent all these ridiculous messages, kind of
Oh, well,
like,
now that you said he's in town, I know exactly who you're talking
yeah. And in our group
about.
text the other day, and the next day he's like, dude, I'm sorry. We're like, yeah, you were drunk. We got it. And so, like, everybody kind of sees it like in that terms, like, because everybody's done it, made that mistake. The problem for Elon is no one's done that to the president of the United States before. That's and to where the entire world, where President Z and President Putin are looking like, whoa, bro, what the heck? It's never
Yeah.
been that publicized. So that was Elon. And he put out a tweet this morning that's saying, I'm Donald, I may have just gone too far, which is pretty much what it said. Like, Donald may have
That
gone
is
too
that
far.
is kind of what it said, right?
And I think we all saw that. We're kind of shocked about how well composed President Trump was, because he's normally not like that. Usually he'll lash back out, but he didn't. He was like, which was smart, because he looked like the good guy in that to me. Like, he was like the good
He did.
victim of it.
He seemed like the sane one this time.
Yeah, he did. And so Elon looks like, everybody's like, look at Elon. He's like the guy that got drunk at the bar and embarrassed himself or pissed on himself, and everybody's kind of looking. And he knows it too, because he's just embarrassed. Like,
He's got egg on his face.
he's and if, for him, it's even worse. It's not like losing a girlfriend; it's like losing your government contracts. Like, that sucks.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that really, just because of a drunk high episode. So we all hate that. But anyway,
I still want to know who gave him the black eye, though.
I mean, it could have been some weird sex thing, I would think, or whatever. He's got like 4,000 kids.
I was about to say not that. I was about to say, my kids have accidentally given me a black eye before, so maybe it was one of his smaller kids. I wasn't going to go into some weird sex thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it was. It was an interesting black eye. He was, even in that video when he's in the White House accepting that key from President Trump, he seemed to be very shaky and jumpy. And I know he's kind of like that anyway.
Well, he was staring up almost like he was out in space, and it's kind of fitting for him, space.
Yeah, right. Occupy Mars. And he looked messed up. I'll be honest with you. When you watch the video, he's like, looked like he's in the Oval Office, high as a kite.
Maybe he found some of what's his name?
Hunter's cocaine.
Maybe he found some of Hunter's cocaine that was left over.
Now that would be a wild weekend in Vegas. Hunter and Elon. Like, that would be the time of your life. If Hunter Biden and Elon Musk together, like, if you could just join in on that, I think it'd be fun. But
I don't know how much fun that would be.
But anyway,
that would be stressful, in my opinion.
Yeah. So Elon's asking for his girlfriend back. We'll see if it happens. I don't know if the breakup, if Alon is broken up for good. We'll see. We don't know yet. But in local news, though, interesting, when we watched in the studio, I found something out. So Ashby Foote is the winner of the Ward 1 City Council seat, Lindsay, by 8 votes. He received
8 votes.
Yep.
I know. Okay, we were watching it. When were we watching it? They were saying that he was up, like 10 votes, but there were some absentees.
Mm-hmm.
They had 10 absentees that they still had to count that had come in after that. And then they also had some affidavits. They didn't know how many of those were going to actually be the ones that could actually count. But I guess however many there were, it still put him in the lead.
Yeah, it's Ashby ended up with 1,739 votes, Grace Green 1,731, and Jasmine Barnes was 1,716 votes.
Oh, so the one that you thought was going to win came in last, and the one that I thought was going to win came in first. It's like that. It's usually like that, huh?
You didn't think? Oh, really? I said John Horn was going to win by pretty much margin. He did, and you were saying that.
Oh well, you said Kamala Harris was going to win, and that didn't even come close.
So, but you did say DePriest was going to win. And I was like, yeah, white guy's not winning, Jackson.
I said Ashby Foote was going to win, though.
Okay, you said Ashby. You're right. You give you that one. But so if everybody ever says like every vote doesn't matter, it does.
Every vote does matter.
Because there's a couple guys that stayed too long at the bar that night that could have gone and voted and changed the whole election results. You never know.
Well, I mean, I think that happened back in DeSoto County with one of the representatives who's now in the House. I mean, she literally won. Kimberly Remack won by, I mean, I think it may have been like one vote. It came down to that. Her and Jamie Goodkind, and that race was probably one of the closest ones I've ever seen. As close as this. It's just wild how every vote truly does count, especially in these local elections.
Yeah, so we'll have now a city council with Ashby Foote, Kevin Parkinson. I think Brian Grizel's back on council. Vernon Hartley.
You're gonna never be able to get anything done when you call your.
Yeah, I'm not calling my councilman. I mean, look, I'm just happy he's got a job. Good for him. But I'm glad he's gainfully employed. But yeah, and then Kenneth Stokes, Grizel, Hartley, and Tina Clay.
I mean, Kenneth Stokes had the line of the day yesterday. He said, "I think I'll tell you who I think is going to be Councilman Ward 1. It's going to be whoever wins Councilman Ward 1." I was like, brilliant.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Great political analysis there, Kenneth.
And I did
whoever's going to represent. I think what he said was, whoever's going to represent Ward 1 is going to represent Ward 1. Yeah, okay, Socrates. That was great.
It's brilliant. I did want to congratulate my friend Erin Smith, who I went to high school with. I think you met her at my high school reunion. She won her election in Oxford. She is now an alderman there. So
well, congratulations.
That's awesome. Not one that we really followed because it's not local to us, but congratulations to her. Really proud of her.
That's awesome. Good to hear.
Corinthians said, don't forget the other new one for Ward 6.
Well, I did want to speak into the local elections real quick. I've talked to you about this before, and I was just talking to Clay. He was in the hallway about it. It's interesting enough is what John Horn's doing with his transition team. Like he's putting some
he said he had asked a priest to come.
I heard privately that he's asked a priest to join. I don't know if that's true or that. I hate spreading rumor, but I've heard that's been a possibility. He asked Ronnie DePriest to be on. Someone told me he asked him to be the CFO of the city. I don't know if that's true. That's just what I was told. But I think that's a great thing if that happens. He's also added Dr. Beverly Hogan, who was the former president of Tougaloo, Zakiya Summers, who is a Mississippi State representative, Sully Norwood, Johnny Patton, Surinder Singh, who's an entrepreneur, and Gabriel Prado, who's a well-known entrepreneur around here. There's a lot. And then, of course, Kane Ditto, the former mayor of Jackson, is on his transition team along with Robert Gibbs. He's got a lot of good, solid business community people in this team that's really, really positive to me. That shows that people are ready to take Jackson back, to put it that way. It's what it looks like. There's a lot of people that are really serious about the health of the city, the success of the city, that are on the transition team.
Zakiya, huh?
I don't know her, but
she and I don't get along.
I mean, you don't get along with anybody that's a Democrat, and even me. So
she attacked my representative for having Girls' Day at the Capitol and said that it was not. There were only white girls there. And I mean, obviously it's open to everyone. And there were black girls there. I guess she just didn't see them, but she went on this attack. It's not a nice person.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Don't know her. Can't speak to it. But but he is, so I just think, Senator or Mayor-elect Horn now has he's put a good team together already to get this thing moving, and it's much better than when you saw Chokwe. When Chokwe's hiring, I think his mother-in-law is what I was told the other night. A position. Didn't we hear that?
Yeah, somebody told us that. Somebody said his mother-in-law was his chief of staff or
something crazy like that. I don't know what it was, but so I mean, looks like we got some serious people, a serious team, and I'm excited about it. Reading about this, what he's doing, and the kind of support he has, the kind of people are behind him. Like the first people he named were Robert Gibbs, who's, if you're in the legal community, everybody knows Robert Gibbs. Was a former Hinds County Circuit judge, and he's a partner at a law firm in town, very well-respected lawyer. And Kane Ditto, he's also a lawyer, but he was a former mayor of Jackson when I was in high school in the 90s, and he's the principal of the founder of State Street Group. Which
I just said Jackson needs Kane Ditto as mayor at this point.
Kane's on the team. I mean, you've got, look, and also this is interesting. So Ronnie Crudup, I think, endorsed priest,
He
right?
did. He did the
And
night before. I mean, he waited to the last minute, but he absolutely did.
And he's on the transition team. So there is a lot of good folks getting up there that are going to be part of this effort.
Sounds like he's got a very diverse group of people. Maybe he can get, all opinions on board and everyone be able to work together, which is what we wanted.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It looks like I'm telling you something. I got some confidence and hope in the city for once. Like, it's like, wow, this is like, it's like the adults have come back and now are going to start. Let's do what we can. They got a big job ahead of us. It's not going to happen overnight, but there looks like there's the right people are in place to get this ship right. Then that's really positive for anybody who's been a longtime Jacksonian or anybody in the state of Mississippi, really, but especially if you live here, seeing that John Horn is taking this really, really seriously, and they're really putting together a solid team and ready to get to work in a few weeks. So and I guess it can take a lot of work to get us over the disaster of the last 8 years, which it was an absolute disaster.
Yes, it was.
And I think they've got the right people to start doing that. So I'm really excited to see what happens.
Me too. Nat the Brat says to give President Trump her hellos. So we will do that.
Well,
and Peekaboo said he likes your shirt. And may the force be with you because you need it dealing with Lindsey. Thanks, Peekaboo.
You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding about that one for sure. We will. We have we have several trips planned recently. So tomorrow we're going to shoot over to DC. We're going to miss the military parade in President Trump's honor.
Well, it's a quick trip
on the 14th. So that's before we're going to fly out Friday night. So that'll be interesting. But and then I had to go book those tickets for us to go to my friend's wedding in Honolulu, which the length of that flight does not excite me at all, but we'll see.
No,
I've never been to Hawaii.
You did get seats where we're on the road by ourselves and you get to sit by me the whole time. So that should make you happy, right?
Every time we fly, this is I don't care because I fly a lot and I like flying.
Do not lie to these people, Shaun Yerkeron.
What I lie about?
You hate sitting in the middle. When you get put in the middle,
I don't want to sit in the middle, but I'm saying, I don't care about sitting by myself. You freak out and go crazy, and you're like,
I have anxiety. I don't have any anxiety about flying. It's not the plane or flying. It's being that close to people I don't know.
Yeah,
freaks me out so bad.
We'll be go to Florida for a one day for that podcast like a month ago, and you were so mad at me for it wasn't even my fault. I didn't schedule the seating. He turned it into my I'm sitting by myself. I bet you like that. I'm not. I didn't pick the seats.
Oh, Nat the Brat is Natalie, and she's in our comments section.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Ridiculous.
Wait, who is? Natalie Stevens?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's in her comment section today. I'm so glad that she is boosting our algorithm, though. Yeah. Thanks for that, Nat the Brat. You are a brat. That's true.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, there was I saw that she commented on Barbie Bassett's post.
Oh yeah, now Clay is a gangster. He throws up gang signs.
Clay's a gangster.
He throws up gang signs, and he should, I guess, be fired or something. I don't know.
If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, is the infamous Saul Goodman, who is has joined the chat, entered the chat, as they say, right? So.
Yeah, she's fun.
But anyway, we got some topics today we're going to get into next segment. Does the legislature meet too much in this state? Are we a big government state? I think sometimes we are. And Lindsey and I kind of agree on this topic. We're going to get into how much we got too much legislation and too many sessions and all that kind of stuff. So we'll talk about that next segment, and we'll run to the break right now.
Yeah, y'all stay with us. We'll be right back here. WYB 103.9, crossing the aisle. Stay with us. We'll be right back here. WYB 103.9, crossing the aisle.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
I'm Shaun Yerkeron, and I've spent nearly 20 years in the courtroom. First as a prosecutor in Hinds County, now fighting for my clients as a defense attorney. I know how the system works, and I know how to protect your rights. If you're facing criminal charges, don't wait. Call me at 601-862-1320 or visit me at onetextlaw.com. That's onetextlaw.com. Serious cases need serious defense. And remember, just because you did it doesn't mean you're guilty. Let's get to work.
Did you know that the average 6-room house collects 40 pounds of dust each year? Local business Pure Air Consultants Duct Cleaning Service can rid your home of the dust, dirt, and debris that may be caught in your air ducts. They can eliminate the mold, fungi, and microbes that might be growing inside your ductwork and polluting the air you breathe in your home. Mention WYAB and receive a free UV light with system replacement. Visit online at mypureairconsultants.com. mypureairconsultants.com.
Are you looking to get stronger, fitter, and push your limits? CrossFit Fondren is where Jackson trains. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, our expert coaches and supportive community will help you crush your goals. Join us for high-intensity workouts that build strength, endurance, and confidence. No gimmicks, just real results. Try your first class today for free. Visit us at CrossFitFondren.com or stop by the gym, 3002 North Mill Street in Jackson, in the heart of Fondren.
Doctor, the AC doctor, what's your diagnosis? My whole house was hot as a fever. Now my house is frozen, cause my air conditioning so. Doctor, my AC's broken. Doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
The AC Doctors is your one-stop provider for air conditioning and heating installation, service, and repair. Contact us for money-saving repairs and lower energy bills.
Doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
Google the AC Doctors and get some relief today. TheACDR.com.
Dr. Mike Stonington here from Stonington Farm Grass-Fed Beef. We are grass-fed and grass-finished beef. No hormones, no antibiotics, no grain, no broad spraying of herbicides or pesticides. And never, I mean never, do we use mRNA vaccines. We are 100% local and 100% Mississippi. Our calves were born in Mississippi, raised on Stonington Farm, and processed in Mississippi. Contact us at StoningtonFarm.com. That's StoningtonFarm.com with 2 N's. We are the grass-fed difference.
Hey everybody, it's John at Two Gun Tactical. We're having Kim Wade Wednesdays at both locations. So you come in and mention Kim Wade on a Wednesday, you get half price range fees. Hey, if you're a member, we're going to give you an extra free target just for mentioning Kim Wade show. Come on in and work on your shooting and exercise that 2A right that if we don't fight for it, we won't have it much longer. It's twoguntactical.com. That's the number 2, guntactical.com.
Looking to buy, build, or just get inspired? It's time for the Parade of Homes. The Parade of Homes is 2 weekends, June 7th and 8th, and June 14th and 15th. Come for a free tour of 54 brand new homes across 23 neighborhoods in the Tri-County area. Whether you're shopping for your dream home, planning to build, or just thinking about a remodel, this is your chance to see the latest in home design and innovation. Start your tour today at paradeofhomesjackson.com. That's paradeofhomesjackson.com.
Come together right
We are back here on Crossing the Aisle with Shaun and Lindsey, where Shaun's trying to start some trouble over there.
Yeah, we were going to get into why our legislature meets so much, but I've got a more fun topic. Y'all don't care about that as much, neither do I, maybe, but it was a fun thing to talk about. So Saul Goodman, the saga of Saul Goodman, has returned yet again. This crazy woman in Brandon who has attacked Clay Edwards show, our show, attacked Lindsey and Clay personally and stuff, has refuses to leave us alone. We've been through that. She called in the other day where we I got a little heated about it. Now she's back in the YouTube chat. She's commenting on Barbie Bassett's post.
I removed her from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, commenting on Barbie Bassett's post. I'm sure we'll get a call from her crazy butt here shortly. But if you want to voice your displeasure with this, she works at the Stevens Law Group in Brandon, Mississippi, which is located on 190 Gateway Drive, and you can call and text and all that kind of stuff and ask why she's harassing everybody, because we'd all like to know.
I wonder if this is her. Let's see. Hey, you're on the air.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I was going to say, I heard years ago, I've been hearing it, we have more lawmakers than anybody does in the United States, because we have too many representatives and senators, and that was done because even California, they have less than we do, and some of these other states, most of the other states, because we put 2 smaller areas in there, and that's part of our problem. This is what. Have you ever heard that? We have more lawmakers, more House people and representatives. Senate people than any other state in the United States. or just
Sean,
about
do
all.
you know? I'm not sure how they district that. Do they not do it by people? I
Well,
think they said they do a census.
it's interesting you bring that up. So I
I,
was looking at the Texas House of Representatives today, and it seems like I believe they have far fewer number. I think you're right. They have far fewer number of legislators than we do here for a state that's obviously
yeah.
vastly bigger.
And they do. And a lot of the other states, if you look at this is what I've heard through the years, but they won't change it because all of them won't keep their jobs. This is what I heard. So I'm just saying stuff I heard through the years. So
Yeah,
I think that you're right.
I say that a lot. I complain a lot about the number of superintendents we have in school districts, and it's the same with that, and they won't change that because then they won't have a job.
yeah, that's right. And then they get paid this big money. The school districts get paid this big money. Each one of them, and they could cut the cost down. But the teachers and all, they all get together. They've been there a while, and they get coaches. And I know, they're good people, but they get them big salaries.
Yeah, it says that the number of legislators in both the House and the Senate in Mississippi is determined by our state law within the maximum limits set by the state constitution. So yeah, we decide that our state constitution and state law decides how many we have. So I guess that
it depends on who's in charge too.
I've got the number breakdown right here real quick. I just did a comparison with Texas. So the Mississippi Senate has 52 senators. The Texas Senate has 31 senators. So less than us for a far bigger state, population and land area wise. Now we have less House of Representative members. That we got 122. It says they have 150. So they have actually 7 more total legislators than us, but far less number of senators.
It also says the number of legislative districts and therefore the number of legislators is also tied to the redistricting process, which is conducted by the Mississippi Legislature every 10 years after the U.S. Census. So they do it that way, and that determines how many they have at any given time, I guess, but also it's outlined in our state constitution. So therefore we kind of set those parameters.
I just told you something I heard through the years. Same with the school districts and everything else. That they go what you said. You look at school districts, and we have more school districts than other people too. And I've heard that too. I don't know. I was just saying.
No, I think you're on the right track here, sir. Like I looked this up here. So Mississippi's legislature, they say, is relatively large for its population. The total legislators are 174. Population is less than 3 million. New Hampshire, for instance, has 424 legislatures, which is the largest one in the country. But Mississippi is in the top 10 largest legislatures in the country. So it's in the top 10. So we have a lot for our size, which is interesting.
So, I don't know. The facts and figures, nobody ever brings it out, but they used to talk about it all the time, on the radio and stuff. I've heard it a lot of times. So. But we always lasted with everything else, but we're top with some of this other stuff.
yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, great call. Thanks for that.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
And that was our topic before Miss Stevens interrupted.
I think now
our
she's
show
again. Now she's in the chat with another one of her fake accounts.
She's going again. Yes, and again, you can call her at any time and ask her, why she does this. And I think that'd be interesting why she's attacking all these businesses and shows, and then find out. Just ask her. That's what I would do. Yeah. So that's what this is not going to end. So everybody might as well find out why she's attacking businesses and radio shows, and
she's quite persistent.
And why she hasn't gone to Whitfield yet. I don't know.
She needs to be there for sure. For sure.
You block her again?
I'm trying to. I can't. She's this other account. Now Clay's a gangster.
Clay's a gangster.
He's a gangster.
Clay is throwing up deuces.
The newest news.
Right. Yeah. I really did want to get in this legislator topic, but this is kind of throwing me off. Maybe we should talk about mental health in Mississippi, and how we need to put more money. The legislature could get back in and put money into that because we obviously need it.
Call a special session. I think maybe that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think that,
she said you sound like a broken record player, Sean.
Okay. Well, that's fine. You're going to end up going to jail. So I don't really care. Go ahead.
Yeah,
so
I don't even have the words for how crazy somebody can possibly be.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
How is she surviving in the world with?
I don't know how she has a job at the Stevens Law Group still. If she still works there. How does she work there?
Surely. Well, he also has his dog on his website as an employee too. Okay. So there's that.
Well, that's interesting. So she's. I wish. Do you? So what was it? What started the Saul Goodman, Natalie Stevens thing? The mocha mugs or something?
Yeah, so she went to Mocha Mugs and said that they overcharged her by $2. They
Mhm.
added a $2 tip or something. But what had happened is that there was another card at the same time they were running who had written in a $2 tip, and so they rang up just the wrong card. They
Yeah.
it was a honest mistake. They apologized for it, and she went to every single Facebook group and page she could find to shout out how horrible they were and how they stole from her and never to go back there. And it ended up she did them a favor because I mean they got more business off of it.
They did. Yeah, her
Yeah.
mocha mugs is a great place. It was other businesses that she attacked too, wasn't it? I think.
Oh yeah, she's I think several places. I mean, I know that she's tagged all of our sponsors here at WIB and Post Martins and
And-
um, some of the other restaurant sponsors. But she was also writing like Google reviews or whatever those reviews are called on different restaurants and hair salons, places that she had never even been.
So I mean, so she's trying to destroy other businesses, and she works at a business, right? That probably doesn't want to have bad negative publicity, I would think.
Yeah, the Stevens Law Firm.
That's who it is, isn't it? Right. So, and that's in Rankin County. And so she's attacking other Rankin County businesses. So if I was a Rankin County citizen, maybe I wouldn't do business with that law firm.
Do they
That would be mine.
get any business? I mean, I
don't
haven't heard
know.
a
None
single
of- I mean-
positive thing about them.
And now, I mean, we're gonna do this every day. I'm just letting you know, Dad, like every day. Like if you want it, you got it, sweetheart. So
Yeah,
I mean,
she's steady. I don't know how to get to. She's
I mean,
she's steady
this
in
is
the
what-
comments here.
this is what you want, you got it. Want a war, it's yours. So I mean, if you're in Rankin County, think about it before you go to the Stevens Law Group, because she's still employed there as far as I know, and she's attacking local businesses, which I think is unethical as heck. And
Because that's their livelihood,
yeah.
That's really how people make their money. They depend on reviews and word of mouth. And when you are, slandering of somebody's business, you're messing with the way they feed their kids, how
Yep,
they
it's
are
terrible.
able to live. They're able to pay their mortgage. It's absolutely horrible. And that's what she does over at the Stevens Law Group.
Yep, that's the Stevens Law Group, and
And
people
so her
look up
name's
their number and give them a call. And ask them
Natalie
about it.
Stevens. She also goes by Saul Goodman, and she also goes by Shaniqua
Shaniqua or something.
It's Sheneneh Jenkins.
Ah, I gotcha. Wow.
Shanika. I don't even know where she got that. I mean, she likes to make comments about Clay being racist, but is that kind of racist?
Sounds kind of ethnic name there, right?
Yeah.
You would think that would be a little hard, but look, I mean, Lindsay, the thing I've learned you can't rationalize crazy people. I used
No,
to
you
prosecute.
can't.
I mean, in court, you see it a lot, especially I remember I was on the other side, and you just, some people are just absolutely nuts, and that's, I mean, that's what, and can only get employed by their dad, I mean, that's just what happens, because you're so crazy. And
I mean, maybe
it's
that's
just a
why
sad
she works
thing.
for her dad. Maybe he just has her on the payroll. Maybe because I don't see
Yeah,
how
it's
she could be
like-
competent to actually hold down a job.
Right. It's like, okay, we're going to get the straitjacket out. and get
She's
somebody
too
to join.
busy playing around on one of the many Facebook accounts that she's made
Yeah,
for herself.
That's what it seems like. But we're going to try to rectify the crazy Natalie Stevens of the Stevens Law Group person that's attacking our page again, and we will go to a break.
Jasmine's watching. Hey, Jasmine.
Yeah.
All right, y'all stay with us. We'll be right back here at WIB 103.9. Back here at WIB 103.9.
WYAB. Peace, love, and pizza. It's Holly Days at Johnny's Pizza House. Load up the crew and hit the road with nothing but good vibes and better pizza. It's all about that crunchy new cauliflower crust. 10 inches of baked bliss. Light, crispy, and full of flavor. It's the ultimate slice for summer chilling. Best enjoyed with sunshine and good company. Nothing but love served one slice at a time. But don't wait. This trip's for a limited time only. Peace, love, and pizza. Happy Holly Days from Johnny's Pizza House.
Nick Bain served Mississippi for over a decade in the State House. During that time, he fought for our children by protecting them against explicit materials pushed by the woke agenda. He protected taxpayers by streamlining government and helped create policies that have made Mississippi better. Nick and his team at Bain Bowen will use the same tenacity in helping you with all your legal matters. Call them today at 601-953-2994. Find Nick online at bainbowen.com. That's BAIN Bowen.com.
Pure Air Consultants has always been your go-to for reliable and affordable heating and cooling systems, and now we are offering day and night brand to avoid the 25 to 30% increases that everyone is talking about. With day and night, Pure Air Consultants professionals can install a reliable system with a 10-year system warranty. And right now receive $20 off on service diagnostic fees. Call us today, 601-939-7420. MyPureAirConsultants.com.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit AmericansForProsperity.org. Be a part of positive change at AmericansForProsperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
CBS News Special Report. Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys has died, once considered summer's poet laureate. The Beach Boys hits included California Girls and Good Vibrations.
I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me
Here's Deborah Rodriguez. Brian Wilson was being honored at the Kennedy Center in 2008. Folk singer Art Garfunkel called him
our Mozart of rock and roll.
Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come have some fun with me.
It was recognition of a career that began more than 4 decades earlier in Southern California, where a young Wilson joined his brothers Carl and Dennis, cousin Mike Love, and friend Al Jardine to form the Beach Boys. He was 82. CBS News Special Report. I'm Cammie McCormick.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
Men, let's talk about low testosterone. Do you suffer from any of these symptoms? Low sex drive, ED. Are you always tired, depressed? You have loss of muscle mass? You're obese? Maybe you have loss of focus and drive. Then you, my friends, may suffer from low testosterone. Let my buddies over at Men's Health in Mississippi, located right there in Madison, check your numbers today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. Check them out online at menshealthms.com. That's menshealthms.com. Men's Health Mississippi.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repair? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For cost-effective repairs and maintenance, go to the best. Mayo Auto Clinic. Open weekdays at 7 a.m. Highway 18 in Raymond.
We are back here on Crossing the Aisle. Shaun, what you doing over there?
I was just asking our friends at ChatGPT what the Mississippi spends on mental health. And it's
Not enough.
Not enough. Yeah, that's what it said. The robot setback, not enough, apparently, considering, the kind of stuff we see here. I'll tell you what, I was having a conversation with Kingfish a couple weeks ago from, if everybody knows, from Jackson Jambalaya. And he said the one thing about being in the media and stuff is that you meet crazier people than you ever thought you would in any other line of work.
That's true.
Which is saying a lot for me working in the DA's office for so long.
Yeah.
Considering I thought, wow, man, I've really encountered some crazy people. So
I work at Moms for Liberty.
Yeah, that's definitely a group of
that's
crazy
not
Karens.
true. You love us.
Yeah, the Karen level. I mean, the level of
Hey,
a lot of women running an organization, and your guys is temperatures. And
He
whatnot.
loves to pick, but he did come to our conference and he walked away from it saying, "Okay, this is not at all what I thought it was."
You know, but we do meet some interesting folks doing the radio, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, definitely. And if anyone does want to call in and give your thoughts, opinions, or just talk with us, it's 601-879-0002. I think someone had maybe wanted to call in yesterday. Maybe I don't give that number out enough for you guys to
Yeah.
be able to call. Maybe I should set us up a text line.
And if Saul Goodman has attacked your business, you could give the York Cron Law Firm a call, and we'd be glad to discuss it with you, your case with you. And if she's done that, and see what see what transpires from there.
You may have a whole bunch of calls
I mean,
on that
that's
one.
class action for Saul. I mean,
I feel like there should be some sort of recourse when it comes to that, because it really does mess with people's livelihoods, especially when you're lying about it. I know one of the salons that she kept harassing or making reviews about, she had never even been to.
Yeah, I mean, we do have, like I said, a law, which is the telephone harassment law that can cover this, I think. And because it's continuing to, she's attacking other businesses and people and constantly doing that. I mean, I think somebody's got to eventually step up and go file a private affidavit against her, and that would be the way.
Maybe we've already done that.
Yeah, you never know. Could happen. I think a few days in jail it's got a 6-month max on that crime, so I think that might be good for her if she spend some time out there and might enjoy that. I mean, I really think that might be some people, that's the option for them to get their mind right, as they used to tell me when I was in the Marines. We have to get your mind right. And
but I mean, being completely honest, there obviously has to be some sort of mental something. I mean, people just don't do this that are okay.
No, I mean, I think her family really should step in at this point and file some kind of, and I've never done a commitment because that's not my area of law, but I think that's something they could do. She obviously needs to be committed and die, because I mean, you don't know. I mean, people in this world, Lindsay, we see, how many school shootings do we see?
Way too many.
How many shootings in grocery stores or retail places? And this is the kind of woman I could see doing that, like
malls. I mean,
killing somebody because they're so crazy and doing something like this. I could certainly see something like that happening.
It's got to be a miserable way to live.
Yeah. I mean, that's what concerns me when she's like this obsessed about you or Clay or whatever. Like, does that translate into a physical violence kind of situation with her, like, stalking people down or doing, I don't know. I mean, I think anything's capable in the world we live in, the way social media is and the way media is communicated, that kind of person really does, all kidding aside, scare me. Yeah, I think it's a threat for sure. Absolutely.
I mean, when you become like this obsessive about something and you have all these fake accounts just so you can go and comment and constantly make these sorts of comments, then I mean, that is borderline. You better watch our backs, because who knows where she might show up.
If I see in the news that she's like in a hotel room with a bunch of cocaine and a rabbit stirring in a boiling pot of water, I'm not gonna be surprised. Like something I could see definitely happening. That's and I mean, there are signs that you see these people commit these atrocious acts, these horrific acts, and these are the signs in my mind.
They
Like,
absolutely
this
are.
is a person that's going to be a mass shooter, I think.
Well, when we see these school shooters, usually there's always someone that says the signs were there. Like, there had been people who had said he was the loner, or he was bullied, or he did these bullying types of things, and the signs are usually there. And that's kind of what's happening here. And I just don't understand why her family has not stepped in and done more, had her committed or something, because something's just really wrong here.
Yeah. Before it reaches that level, we always say that somebody should have stepped in when somebody goes into a school and shoots up the school, or shoots up the grocery store, or these people are exhibiting these signs, and these are very clear signs of this. So like I said, when I hear that Natalie Stevens goes and like shoots down a grocery store, I'm not gonna be shocked, because I can see it here. I hope that doesn't happen, but I mean, to me, she's exhibiting those kinds of signs of just mental instability to the point of something bad may be on the horizon, because she's not letting it go.
No, and it's insane. I would be so ashamed or so embarrassed after being called out, and people finding out that I have all these accounts and I've been saying all this stuff about people, that I probably wouldn't want to show my face anywhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, because first of all, like, other than if you don't work for your dad, like, where are you gonna get a job? I mean, no one's gonna hire you, because they're like, okay, this person's obviously insane, and they've harassed all these people, local businesses and what. And I mean, it's probably time for her to move to Mexico. At this point, I'm thinking. But no, I mean, all kidding. That is a danger, and I hope whoever is involved with her gets her the help that she so dearly needs.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, if
before someone gets hurt,
if her family loves her, I mean, that's what they need to do.
Absolutely.
before it does become something that they can't come back from.
Yeah, yeah, because this I think she's we've seen some. I was on Clay for a couple of years and doing this with you. Like we've seen some crazies come out of the woodwork. I'm not going to name their names, but who I'm talking about. There's some people that show up and do some nutty. But this woman is by far wins the award of craziest person that I've encountered while doing the radio for over 2 years now.
And it was so odd about it is that we don't know her. It's not like she has some sort of vendetta against us because we've hurt her in the past or we've done something bad to her. We did not know this woman.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I would know her on the street if I saw her right now.
No, I mean, I would assume she'd be the one carrying an AR or something.
The one with a gun pointed at my face.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It would probably be the way to go. I mean, and Brandon is a small community. Everybody knows everybody out there. So why are you going to make all your neighbors hate you? Or not be able to go into a business because you've just literally scared the crap out of everybody in that town.
And what's so crazy too is that when she makes these comments in the groups, most people are like, "Oh, there's Natalie. There she goes again." It's like she's done this. And I don't know if it's attention seeking. Is she just wanting attention regardless of whether it's good or bad? I don't know, but it's not normal and it's a little scary.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess maybe you could almost get away with it in a bigger city, but here where everybody knows everybody, it's just it's gone. She has to walk into the Kroger and Brandon. Everybody's like, "Oh man, that's that crazy woman."
Yeah, I'm sure
that's
they're all
what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're like, "Okay, everybody run. Who's got
Uh-oh. Let's see who this is. Hey, you're on the air.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Hey,
good.
What's up?
Well, Foot barely won, 9 votes. Wow.
Yeah, we saw
Yeah,
that.
that's what we were just talking about a few minutes ago. Well, you said 8, Shaun. Is it 9?
8. I thought
8 or 8. Okay.
Yeah.
We had confusion over one ballot. Yeah.
So
8 votes.
8 votes. Okay, well, there you go. Ashby's got another term. So good for him.
Well,
Hey, look, man. I mean, no hate on Ashby. I mean, I call him Ashby.
He's a big boy. He can handle it,
No, I mean, that's a fine job. Look, I said this, you and I talked about this. Ward 1 had 3 really good candidates, in my opinion.
Yeah, I wish I could have taken 2 of them and put them in other wards,
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I like to see Jasmine Barnes run again for something. But that's not why I called. I was calling to take up the issue of the school districts, and y'all are both saying, "Oh, there's too many of them." In one way, you're right. Like when you got 6 in one county, like up there, I think it was Bolivar County, yeah, and that's why they consolidated them. But let me play the flip side here. If you are Clinton Public Schools, do you really want to merge with JPS, honestly? No, you don't. If you're a parent there, do you want to merge with JPS? No, because we all know who's going to run the show there, JPS. You think over in Madison Central, they want, merge with Canton? Because it's not just, everybody says, "Oh, you don't want the students." It's not just students. Say Canton, for example, you got a bunch of poorly trained, let's be honest, they went to JSU in those schools, poorly trained teachers, not to mention all the corruption that goes on in Canton stuff, period. And do you want that injected into an A-plus school district? I mean, that's something you have to look at.
Well, look, Kingfish, here I just pulled it up. So Mississippi has got 144 school districts, is what it's saying.
154.
All right, this is U.S. News telling me 144. So
I don't give a damn what you.
I'm just telling you where I'm getting my source.
I'm the expert.
Okay, boys, calm down. I'm gonna send you to your rooms like Trump and Elon. Stop it.
So Florida has.
I'm homeless.
Florida has 69 school districts.
Correct. I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I said consolidate them, but just blanket consolidation for it just to consolidate. Start looking around, and you're going to see some really good school districts go down. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't mean test scores. I mean, you'll have poor teachers brought in and other stuff, because it's not going to be, you think Clinton's going to improve Jackson? Oh, hell no. And it's the truth. You think Hinds County, they got some decent schools there. They want to merge with JPS, be run by JPS? Hell no.
No, I mean, I see what you're saying. And I mean, there might be a strategic way of doing it, but obviously what we've done okay, well, you're just talking about Hinds County. I mean, what about how many school districts are there in, I don't know, Holmes County or whatever? I mean, obviously
that's what I said. Outside of Bolivar, I mean, you once had 6 there, and they consolidated a couple of them. I mean, the stuff like that, yeah.
And why are these superintendents making,
outrageous
they're like Ebenezer Scrooge money? Why are they making so much money? $250,000.
I'm going to disagree a little bit, okay? And here's why. Let's look at the size of these budgets, okay? Your JPS, your budget's about $200 to $250 million, okay? Go find me somewhere in corporate America someone who's going to manage that size of budget for $80,000 or $120,000 a year? Or would you want someone who would? I don't mind paying it if the resume justifies it. That's the key, if the resume justifies it. But like JPS did with Cedric Gray, they take some clown who's a deputy up there who's never done anything, and, well, they just gave him the bank. That's different.
So you think you're okay with like just an individual school district superintendent making $250,000 a year?
I like to look at the size for JPS. I don't mind that at all. For a big school district that's got like a $200-300 million, $100 million budget, yeah, don't mind that at all.
Corinth,
think about it.
The guy in Corinth
if you're in the private sector, that size of a budget, what would you be hiring someone? What would you be paying them?
Okay, maybe granted when you're talking about JPS, but Corinth is the guy I'm referring to with the whole AI porn scandal. That guy in Corinth School District, I don't know how many students they've got up there, but I imagine it's not near the number of JPS.
Correct. No, it's not.
$250,000 a year.
And it's a good school district, by the way. They rate like top, if I'm not mistaken. But go on.
Yeah, so I mean that kind of amount of students, whatever it is, obviously significantly less than JPS is making.
What's he getting paid?
$250,000 a year, $250,000 a year.
And you see, now you're talking. Okay, now, that's where it probably should scale it down. Now they're going to argue that they've been performing very well on the tests and everything, rated very high. I mean, he's earning his paycheck, and that is true. They have been rated pretty good. In fact, I think they're one of the innovative school districts that's allowed in this state. So, on one hand, he's been, with the current problems aside, but he's been you can argue he's kind of been earning his pay. Should it be $250,000? Probably not.
Yeah.
But is he doing nothing either? Can't say that. For one problem.
According to my U.S. News source.
And I'm not minimizing it either. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, according to my source, the U.S. News was maybe wrong. So the 2022-23 school year, the Corinth School District had 2,490 students.
Right. Okay. All right. You just said it. And the size of the budget's probably, I would say, $80 million or so. I mean, and that's what I was saying. I mean, it's not just that everybody gripes about, say, DeSoto or JPS, but look at how big they are. Look at how big their budgets are.
Yeah, but there are other states that are able to do it and do it well. I mean, I feel like we could too.
Yes and no.
I mean,
we've got a lot more problems than it was a big step when we moved away from elected superintendents to appointed superintendents. Okay, so you do have some more accountability now than you used to.
Yeah, well, we got to take our.
We switched away, and everybody raised hell about that when we did. Okay,
we got to go to break. Kingfish, thanks for calling.
Yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. We're going to have Phil Fisher on the air tomorrow.
Okay. Who?
Phil Fisher.
Phil Fisher. The mayor. If you're going to do this gig, know who the mayors are.
Kingfish?
Well, somebody needs to say that to you. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back here across from WYAB 103.9.
WYAB. Hey, this is John with MES. That's Mississippi Energy Services. We sell, service, and install all makes and models of home and business generators. One thing that we do different than a lot of other companies is we do all the work ourselves. We don't use subcontractors. We go from the original estimate, the design, to the final product. That way we can control the quality of the job from the beginning to the end. We are online at msenergy.us.
It can be hard to move past the guilt, times of weakness and regret, knowing you weren't there for your family when they needed you the most. But there is life after addiction. We're seeing broken families restored, one man at a time, through our vehicle cash and thrift store donations. It's given Mercy House Adult and Teen Challenge the ability to help these men succeed in having better lives. Donate a vehicle, running or not, and we'll come pick it up. Call today, 601-572-7296, or visit us at vehicledonationsms.com.
Y'all come see us at Flora Animal Hospital, your trusted hometown vet. We offer a wide variety of veterinary services, including boarding. Dr. Kaylee McCary is a Madison County native who has been serving the Flora community and surrounding areas since 2013. She leads our team of highly trained and compassionate women. We are located at 740 Highway 49 in the Cotton Exchange Plaza. Call us today at 601-879-3222. At Flora Animal Hospital, we treat your pets like our own.
The weather is heating up, and the deals are even hotter at Mazda of Jackson. Right now at Mazda of Jackson, you can drive home your dream Mazda with low financing rates available. 2.9% for 7 months on most models, or finance 36 months and pay just 0.9%. That's right, 0.9%. Experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability. It's time to choose Mazda. Shop online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road in Jackson.
Now's the time to get a great deal on a Kubota C200 Series mower with the new K-Ride Comfort System, designed to optimize your ride. The series delivers a quality cut and an exceptional ride. Right now, Graham select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0.99% APR for up to 36 months. Now through June 30th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Divini Equipment, serving you in Madison and Jackson. Stop, call, or click at DiviniEquipment.com.
What are people saying about Tom's Fried Pies in Richland?
I'm on the diet. I don't want to be down there at Tom's Fried Pies. We had a good time. When I tell you the crust is flaky, I'm talking about buttery. This was nothing like I've ever tasted. Ever. I mean, I've never tasted anything like that, man. It was nice. Atmosphere was nice. Everybody there was nice. Because I'll be back, even though I don't supposed to with my diet. I really enjoyed myself.
Tom'sFriedPies.com. Tom'sFriedPies.com.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank. With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
At Bank of Yazoo, we believe that common sense makes for better banking. That's why we've taken our array of checking accounts and simplified them for you, boiling down features and benefits to create our New You, Achieve You, Benefit You, and Protect You checking accounts. Ready to discover how simple is better? Talk with us today. Bank of Yazoo, Bank of You. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Come together right now.
We are back here to wrap things up for the week for us, Shaun. We are going to be at the White House.
We'll be at the White House. And also another note, hey, look, we are going to handle our situation with this lady. Don't worry, listeners, don't take to action, please. We
definitely don't want to incite any violence or
well, I don't think that's what we're trying to do, but we just, we're gonna, we have to deal with the situation our own way, but we appreciate the support because it has been a serious problem and a scary one at that. So
we will be out the next 2 days, and we will be back here next Monday with all the stories from the White House and how Trump and Shaun are now besties. I can see it coming.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge. Absolutely huge. We're going to have a blast, but we'll be back Monday. See you then.